electronic configuration. Now, this part here, I must mention that some of you from IP stream, you are already very familiar with this. But I know most of you are not familiar with it, so follow me accordingly. Now, in concept number 3, this is talking about a brand new way of arranging electronic configuration. Remember in secondary school, you learn electronic configuration as well. 2.A.A.A, right? Now, actually, this is a wrong way of presentation. In fact, electron is not arranged directly on the shell. So, for example, we know that electrons or maybe atoms has many electronic shells. Let me show you what I mean. For example, this is an atom, right? This is an atom by itself. Maybe let's call it as bromine. I randomly choose one molecule. Then it has many electronic shells. This is one electronic shell. This is second electronic shell. And this is the electronic shell. So on and so forth. Now, within each electronic shell, we know that there are electrons in it. There are electrons in it. But how is the electron being arranged? That is what we are interested in. Electron is not directly arranged or directly placed on the energy shell directly. This is the energy shell or the quantum shell. That doesn't just place directly. Within the shell, there are actually places where they house the electron. So you can think that for every energy level, there are some kind of a house available. Right? There's some kind of a place to place the electron. So this house here is what we call orbital. So that means the electron is trapped within a circle or within a boundary on a certain energy level. So this is one of them. And the next level, there are also house available. So this house is to help to trap the electron within its confined region. Get what I mean? So this is the way how your electron is supposed to be presented. So what are the different houses? Well, there are many of them. So for example, n equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 represent the number of electronic shell. So this is shell 1, shell 2, shell 3, shell 4. Let's focus one at a time, shall we? In the first shell, there's only one house, and the house is called s orbital. Now, within this house itself, the s orbital, it can only occupy a total of 2 electrons. Now, think in this way. If it's a house, it's meant for husband and wife. So 2 electrons or 2 persons can occupy in it. Right? So think in this way. Now, what about in terms of the second shell onwards? Now, second shell, it has more houses available. Why? If you remember the electronic configuration, is it 2.8? 8 means you have more electron. More electron, what does it mean? You need more houses to place the electron. So not only you have the s, now you have the next house called the p orbitals. So you have the s and you have the p orbitals. This p orbital is a little bit special. It has the capability to occupy 6 electrons. So if you think like house, you know, house got many type of room, right? Got 1 room, got 3 room, got 5 room flat. So think it this way. Your s orbital is your 1 room flat. So that means you can occupy 2 persons, like occupy 2 electrons. For the p orbital itself, it's like a 3 room flat. Now 1 room can occupy husband and wife, so it's 2 persons. It's 3 room, that means you can occupy 3 times 2 will give you 6 electrons. This is the way how we place the electron in place. Now what about the third electronic shell? Third electronic shell, not only you have your s, not only have your p, because it can feel more electrons, so you can go all the way to d orbitals. In the d orbitals itself is different. It's not just a 3 room or 1 room. Because there are more people, you need more room. So it is able to hold 10 electrons for your d. 10 electrons. Now, if 1 room can occupy 2 persons or 2 electrons, 10 electrons will have how many rooms? 5 rooms. And so that means the configuration is actually a little bit more complicated. Right? It's not that simple in terms of you can just randomly place the electron. You must actually trap the electron add certain room to prevent them from running around. Because the electrons are always in motion, trapping them in a location, making sure they don't run around to prevent any chemical reaction from taking place. So keep in mind, your first shell only have 2 electrons because you only got 1 room. But as you move further away, you will have more room. So 1 room and 3 room. Move to the next one. 1 room, 3 room, 5 room flat. Then what about the fourth one? If it's a 4 electronic shell. 4 electronic shell, you have 1 room, 3 room, 5 room. Also got 7 room. But 7 room is not in syllabus. So you don't have to worry about this. Most of the time, the A level only tests until where? Until 4s orbital. Most of the time, 99% of the questions. With some exception, they can go to P and your D, but it's not